Good morning.
Good Annie morning.
Good Anna morning. Let's do that thing that I was meant to do.
I've called you.
I know, but I hung up on you.
Why did you hang up on me?
Because the Skype UI wasn't working. And I forgot.
Okay.
There you go, there's Dan's face.
That's fine. I'm sorry guys, I am eating toast. So
Massive apology required.
yeah, prepare for crunching and munching. I'm very sorry. So nothing will be happening on my screen for a couple of minutes while I eat.
Hey Cheshire, hey Saren the Pandas, hey Rolando.
Rolando!
Hey Hardic, hey Tibbs. Hey everyone.
Toast and hummus is so good!
Let's see. I was continuing to tinker with this. I'll give you a little. India runs into the stream late, toast in mouth. She's classic that way. Hello, cat. Oh, my webcam has an eye patch, so it's actually on, but. There you go. There's the cat attacking everything. Hello, Aline. How's it going? It's another me. Wow. Sound of Pandas. I was working on this game for a few years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, and I'm tinkering with it again because I I recently saw some cool tutorials and things to do with like pixel art, materials, shaders, and so this is like me delving back into a game that's still in production. I've been trying to make it effectively. I've tried to problem solve it and make it more. What's the word, India? What's the word? More? No, not more good.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I've been looking at things like from this Patreon Minions Art, like this thing here. They provide the scripts and everything for. So there's this localized shader thing here, and that's what this lantern thing is. Ooh, it moves around and changes things. Oh. So I've just been trying out their stuff, as well as trying to improve the. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Yesterday, I forgot what the last thing I was working on there was, and the last thing, of course, was Crabble.
Of course it was. How could you? Buffy's destroying the book. How could you forget Crabbles? For anyone who wasn't here yesterday, Mike has added a crab to his game,
Yeah.
and it's my favourite thing.
Bouncy, bouncy crab.
I'm assuming that you're going to do a little animation and have a wander around today.
Well, I figured out the perfect way to get him to move around. If I just take the material setting and say that the maximum. There we go. Now he moves. There he goes. Now he moves around. Tap 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 tap. Little dancing crabs. Tap tap. I wish the camera was more zoomed in so you could see what it's doing. But alas, no. You're working on a toon shader. That's cool. I was trying to figure out what toon ramping was. She is so skittery.
Ah, and I finished my toast. Thank you guys for waiting while I was munching.
Oh, you're welcome. Check out this crab. Oh, come back. I also gave the bombs the same material as the crab yesterday. So they're bouncing bombs now. Let's just go here, go here.
So guys, you're making stickers! Rolando, what are you making stickers for? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, is it like a self-promotion thing? Is it particular characters? I don't know.
Are they physical stickers? Because I know that some people call kind of digital emoji stickers as well. You just gotta tell me.
Just gotta tell you. Oh, we got a Twitter to look at.
Ooh.
They're spiritual stickers.
They're spiritual stickers.
Do they stick to your spirit?
Do they help you reach nirvana?
Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Oh, sweet.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they look really cool.
Yeah, they look great. Nice job.
Chakra stickers, stick them on your chakra.
You stick it on chakra to unblock chakra.
So there was one here that I saw that might have been cool. This one.
Oh, shaders. I thought you were talking about stickers still.
No.
Oh, awesome though, Rolando. Are you getting them done for an event, or is it just for like for an online shop so they'll always be available? I don't know why they wouldn't always be available if you were going somewhere with them, but I guess it just meant are they for an event.
Let's see. Oh.
how's it going, guys, with schoolism? I can hear it now, so I can do a little bit of lip sync if I want to.
That's cool.
What did you do? Well, that's really fun because this is a massive stretch. So I can follow it with a big squash. So let's do that. Oh my gosh, we're adding frames. What did you do? So what? I want his lip to push up there because I've already got it pushing up a little bit. But I want to capitalise on that.
XR outline. Save. And then is the other one a shader? The other one is a toonlet shader. Okay. Oh, because it's a fallback?
It's showing The Incredibles is an out till later in Ireland. Maybe we can go and see that when it's out. If it's out this weekend, maybe we could go and see it this weekend.
See The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Tim says, I started playing another rhythm game. It's called Not in the Groove and it makes me so angry.
Why does it make you angry? Is it because it's frustratingly difficult? Or is it because in Not in the Groove, you only get points for doing things off the beat? Because that would be incredibly hard.
It would be, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Let's see.
Tiz said she showed you a video of it the other day.
You showed me one of something like people are trying to sight read. Is that the game? But less difficult or something. Oh shit! What was that? Okay. Aura shader is FX aura outline. Okay. Eee. Okay. Ooh.
It's so drizzly outside. It's that kind of drizzle where it's so light it doesn't even look like it's falling down, it's just kind of going everywhere. Being blown by the wind.
I wonder if this only works.
Oh, Aline says, do you have a favourite writer? Because I think you would love Lola Lafon. Lola Lafon.
Lola Lafon.
But not all her books are translated. My soul lives when I read her novels. Oh, what kind of books does she write? I'll see if I can find some. Because anything which you love that much, I should check out. You could, yeah, I think maybe unless you're animating them, moving around. No, I guess, yeah, because you wouldn't want it to clip through one another. So I guess doing just one object makes most sense, just putting controls on the bits which are hanging loose.
Put the box somewhere where people can like be able to see her, but she's like nice and interested in it now. Does it need to have the combination of box on the rug?
It needs to be in the middle of the room.
It does. Okay. I tried. Hello, Fluffy Milk Tea, welcome.
Fluffy Milk Tea. I still love that name. It sounds so delicious. How are you doing?
Got a sword. Do I need to?
Did you give the crab a sword?
I did not, but I can.
You give the crab a knife.
Fluffy Milk Tea says that they want to thank you for your guide on freelance. It really helps.
Oh, that's awesome! Yes! You're so welcome. If it helps, then that makes it all worth doing. Yeah, I'm really happy if anyone's found that useful.
I'm gonna move my phone away from the microphone so it's not all.
Oh, at least that's when I heard from all the indifference and powerlessness of books help. Well, Lean, I hope you don't feel like that too often. Let's see. You know that poem from Dylan Thomas that ends in, "Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light."
I think I've heard that one, yeah.
That's pretty much what her books are. Yeah, I resonate with that. Keep fighting, keep struggling, and don't give up. One of the books that's been most translated is a autobiography on an Olympic gymnast. The Little Communist Who Never Smiled is the English title. With Lathorn, it's more about how she writes about stuff than what she writes about. She sounds like a good writer. She's got that inner fire.
I'm not seeing this effect.
You must be doing something wrong.
Must be. That's a shame. Let's see what the it's saying.
Oh, night night, Fluffy Milk Tea. Thanks for dropping in. It was really nice to see you.
From Grayscale name for saying. The toy section needs to have alpha source from. Okay. Let's see then.
Now you have to wait. Oh no, Aline! Have you read all of the other ones?
Sushi sword.
Trying to get where his pupils would be. Right. What did you do? Let's try and continue that rotation a little bit.
It's so cool. So let's make it fiery.
There we go. You need to move on from your love obsession. Move on from the phone.
Do you want me to give the crab a tiny sword?
No, but I want it to have the ability to pick up weapons.
You don't want much, do you?
Mm-mm. I don't ask much. I just want when it comes in contact with a weapon,
For it to pick it up.
for it to have that weapon.
Right. Oh my god. I'm trying to, the back of my brain is like trying to work out if I can achieve that.
That bomb, eternally bouncing.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, no,
you've lost it now.
I got it. I'll put it here for safekeeping. Yeah, that's what happens if I put up like one of the settings on the bouncy to maximum. I put it on the crab as well, which is why it's dancing.
Oh, thanks, Aline. We'll see if it actually works in motion soon. One of the things I learned is that even though keyframes may look nice, it doesn't necessarily mean they work in motion. It's fun though. I'm having fun.
It's fun, doll.
It is fun. I'm enjoying myself. Nice to do a bit of animation again. I also learned that I tend to put too much into lip sync, which makes it not work as well. Because I want to put every mouth shape in or enunciate every bit of it. Way more than I should, just because I enjoy drawing the mouth shapes. But when people said simplify, I didn't think they meant quite so much, but you really have to like slow your words from bit to bit because it's just not enough frames in 24 frames a second. It's fun though, it's like a puzzle, you know? I think that's one of the things which is most fun about animation is it feels like there is an answer that will work, you just got to find out what it is.
I think what I'm gonna work on today is the effects on the animation. The sword swish effects.
Too much lip sync can look really weird. Well, keys are a guarantee when you get them right. Like anything else. Like you can get keys wrong and then you are working towards waypoints that don't work. But yeah, in-betweens can really change things. They can easily ruin your keys, which is something that I suffer from a lot. Is my animation often looks pretty cool when it's keyed, because I get the broad strokes right, but when I start going in to actually polish it and put in-betweens in, I put them in the wrong place, and it muddies up my animation. It makes my keys less clear, you know, because all the context around it is off.
Rolando says, I wish I knew more about 3D game development. Did you go to school? I went to study computer arts at university, and part of that had games development adjacent work. But the games group projects I worked on were in things like Macromedia Flash at the time. My learning in Unity was all post graduation. I worked in a team of 3. A group of friends, and we worked on this and we figured out Unity kind of together. So what you're seeing here is like all the art kind of stuff is my stuff, all the coding is not. I'm more tinkering with someone else's work at the moment.
Yeah, Mike knows how to code, but he's not the coder on the project. You know how to do like surface level stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you can pretty much dig into code and understand roughly what's happening.
To a point, yeah. Like I can I wouldn't know how to write this stuff from scratch, but after having read it and seen how it fits together, I could go in and, like for instance, when he's holding this and he does the pop-up, what I went in and did was go and find in the character's state machine the part there where the character transitions from air state into the pop-up state.
So because you understand how it works, you know where to look for stuff.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you to find where everything's been put in and then manipulate it.
Yeah, so I figured where the pop-up was called and added in the particle effect to occur when he does that. So that sort of thing. But I wouldn't be able to write a state machine from scratch.
No. Well, you would, but you'd need to do a tutorial then.
Yeah, it would need a long time. So I wonder what would happen if, rather than particle additive, I just went full on just sprite.
Yeah, Aline, absolutely. It's like when, that's such a good analogy. It is like when you have a sketch and it works kind of because of the gaps in it that you can fill in with your brain, and then you try to like ink it or tie it down and you ruin it. That's exactly what happens with my in-betweens and my keys. midweek Wednesday. Scary stuff. Friday is creeping towards me, hiding behind couches and doing rolls across the floor and trying to be covert. It's slowly, surely making its way closer. So the broad strokes of this, what he's actually saying is, what did you do?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Huh?
But for that, I'm seeing if I can make it work with only the R from what did you do? What? And then the E from why, what did, and then oo and do are the same shape. So I'm trying just 3 shapes to make what did you do
Okay.
work. Why oo? Because it's such a fast phrase. So that's what I meant by smearing it. I still don't know if it'll work because lip sync is one of the bits which I still feel very shaky on. I still feel like a lot of the examples I've done in the past aren't very good examples of lip sync. But that's what I'm trying to do. So I think you need to, because he's more profile view here, I need to start that over here. So we're going to smush his face around a bit to try and make it more sexually. That looks really, really weird. No fear, this destroys the drawing.
No fear.
Yeah, so always draw another. Or maybe it was that the second time. See.
Ask your Nyan to stop being cute, please. I think he's over by the door, like, just being like, come on.
She's so adorable.
If I feed her, she'll disappear. Which doesn't mean I shouldn't feed her.
It does you. Let's just abuse the cat so that it never leaves us.
Yeah.
So mean. She has a lot of food
Really?
though. I think she got fed by Declan and her owner just before she went to bed.
Ah, okay. Wow.
What is it?
I'm just looking at the state in which I left the effects particles. It's like a sprite sheet animation.
Oh, morning, Emma. So what are you cool cats up to today? What are you guys working on?
Hello. Boop boop.
I mean, this isn't on model at all to what I've drawn Aaron like, but it's kind of funny. You know, I just like that it's kind of funny.
You like that it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is probably it. Did I manage to figure out how to do it in a texture sheet? Probably. Let's check.
Oh, hello.
Cut horizontal, flash cut,
Hello.
right tab, slash cut.
So adorable, her fluffy face. Ah! Most fluffy monster ever. Just fluff monster.
do it then. That's fine. Yeah. Copycat is asking what you're using to animate. Did you answer that?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see that. Sorry, Copycat. I'm using Toon Boom Harmony right now. It's a really good program from Toon Boom. You can get a subscription to it online. It does cost though. So if you are low on money, I recommend a good alternative is Krita. 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 That's completely free and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it.
That's what I used to animate most of the time.
Yeah, that's what I probably could be using to animate this, but I'm not. But I use Krita a whole lot. I've used Krita a ton in the past and probably will use it a ton in the future. Krita's got some lovely brushes.
I was giving them text stuff. Okay. It looks. I wonder if I can. What's your name? Danny.
My name?
No, the pirate's name is currently Danny.
My name's not Danny.
Your name isn't Danny.
Or is it?
Flash, sword, cut. Okay, it's these ones. Flash,
So I might
sword,
need a little consonant popped in there.
wet sword slash effects. Sword slash.
I'm going to favour this end pose. Am I using Pro or Essentials? I'm using Pro. Cheshire, you're doing character reference sheets. Send help. I'm sorry, but nothing can save you now. Stanny, spelled with a PH in the middle. Character reference sheets are difficult. Character sheets in general are difficult. Doing the expressions I always find really fun, but doing the actual character sheet bit is hard. Very hard. Okay, look at this terrible sheet. I'm literally just gonna, we'll pull that nose back a little bit. I'm gonna alter this expression to make it the lip sync I want it to be.
They're asking, Copycat's asking, would you have to know how long it took for you to get familiar with the UI for Toon Boom?
Yeah, let me think. Because I learned Toon Boom in university. One of the few things that the university actually was on the ball with was the program it was using. We didn't know it back then, but Toon Boom was going to become pretty well used by companies everywhere. Pretty sure the only reason I got my job at Boulder is because I knew how to use Toon Boom, and they didn't have to train me. So I got in, which was really lucky. So I learned it in university, and I think it took me 2 or 3 weeks to get the hang of it.
India still doesn't know the UI for Toon Boom.
It's true, yeah. I only know what I need to know.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the daunting thing about learning new software is like, oh, I don't know what everything is. It's like, you don't need to. You just need to know what you need to know at any given problem-solving juncture, and then memorize where it is.
Yeah, at least I'm aware of my ignorance. The way I learn tends to be, what do I need to do? Let's find out how to do that. Okay, I've learned that, now I don't have to dig anymore. So as soon as I know what I was looking for, I stopped looking. So I've learned only what I needed to use. But it generally takes me two weeks or so to get used to something. So I think it was probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, so these are my frames of sword slash animation, it looks like.
Sword slash?
So if I go back to Unity, Whenever I hit that, it's triggering one of those.
Where?
But I think it feels kind of. I don't know. It feels kind of slow.
Hey, you.
Like I want that sword slash to have more impact. And I think that's both a combination of animation as well. But I think if I get the effect reading and the timing on that, I can have the animation sort of match it, because it's the sword slash that's actually going to be doing the damage. Like the collider that's on that slash. Okay. So I feel like, much like how you were saying about the cannon, you want to go from like nothing to full on.
Yeah.
I feel like the sword slash needs to be everything up front, and like the rest of the frames just trailing out to sort of have it disappear. So, back, full strike.
Okay.
That's my theory. I think I was trying to follow the curve of the strike and like start and end, but if we just went like full up front like this, and then
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to be like, what would look good between these two frames? Low eyebrows to more pointed eyebrows might look cool. So I'm trying that. He'll be coming down from up there, so let's pull his bow tie up. Let's take his the top of his double base and push it backwards, so that's just coming into frame as he's talking.
Tibbs is gonna get out of bed, everyone. Clear the way. Clear the way. She's
oh my gosh!
on her way.
She's getting up. She wants the world to know.
Get rid of this. Save this over that.
So I'm going to push this down a little bit because it's nice to imply a little bit of an arc.
I'll be right back.
He's got a pet. He's just got a.
I'm not going to pet, I'm going to feed.
Okay. I think he'll find you already has food though. Woo! And then let's push Doig even further forward. Because that's fun. Get those lips really pushed out. Push that. Push this. Push that. Since we started pushing the eyebrows up, I'll push those as well.
That's how you enter a room.
What did you do?
I jumped.
Oh, nice! Nice job. Very impressive.
So I go back to here, have it rejig. we go.
I'm not seeing crab stabbing.
Yeah. What? You want the cat? What? I could put a sword in the crab's hands.
Can you make him use it?
I can't make him.
You can take a man to water. Let's pull the head back a little bit.
That feels better.
Well, look at all his neck wrinkles. He looks so old.
Do you remember what the sword effects used to look like in the?
No, I don't actually.
It feels faster. It feels more potent.
It's a bit odd because it's not following the blade.
It's not, but that's how I want the sword slash to feel. So I'll get the animation to match it. This is my plan anyway.
Mash vacuums need something outlandish to draw. They've become addicted to basic anatomy. Help! Draw a satyr. You know, a dude with goat legs.
Ooh, that'd
like
be cool.
Pan.
Yeah.
That'll break you out of anatomy.
And if you want a reference of that, Bujaro's The Nymphs is great.
I like that though, Rolando. Rolando is like this long, but he's got the two hand emojis. I'm using that and sealing it.
You'll need to figure out a way of putting the spaces though.
Draw boobs. I'm not going to say I've already done that, but... see, Cheshire. Good luck with your character sheets.
Do you mean on the second strike, or do you mean like when it's...
Final the strike! What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? I'm very confused.
What do you mean, what do I mean?
He said, what do you mean second strike?
So he's got 2 strikes in the combo. So the second one where it comes from top left to bottom right.
What do you mean?
Probably...
What do I mean second strike?
Okay,
I didn't say anything about second
You were
strike.
saying that it's weird that the sword doesn't match the effect.
It is.
But it seems to match pretty good on the first one in terms of angle. So I was asking whether you thought it felt off on the second strike in the combo.
Okay, so
That's
you mean...
one. That's one. One?
Yeah.
That 2, 3.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you can see that the sword's going through the effect, and the effect isn't reaching to the edge of the sword.
Yeah.
And it's not following the swipe of it.
Okay.
So it looks like he's trying to fight off crescent moons that are coming at him. It's like, get out of here!
Okay.
Look at that crap go.
Where'd he go? There he goes.
I'm a crab. No! Crab.
He took out the guy.
Yeah!
It must be anything kicked, like, takes people out now. I like that.
I like the crab. Let him go! He's dancing. Mike,
Yeah?
can you just put a ton of them on the beach and have, like, music going? Could you put, like...
I could.
Can you duplicate it so there's, like, 10 of them? And then put some music on?
There is kind of this sort of music. That sort of thing.
I mean, that's okay. If I want something funky, I mean, that's pretty good too. But I want a crab dance party.
Okay. Let's see. Crabble. There you go.
Can we have some music?
Some, like, funky
You
beat.
can just turn it on so I can hear it if you want.
Name something for me to put on.
Funky Town.
Funky Town. You're. Oh jeez. I do this for you, India. I do this for you.
Let's go. That on the right's really going for it.
I love you.
Yeah. No!
I was trying to get them to bounce more. This one, oh, you got taken out.
Look at them go! We're loving it!
Dance party.
That one's getting so high. Oh no! Go got into a cannon. They're perfect. Okay. Oh my god. Rafago says, make a pool of crabs and like they all have swords and hitboxes. Crab party.
I could make it that every time you hit one, they double in size.
I think that would be terrifying. Okay, so that works.
I think my job here is done.
So that's just the 3 mouth shapes, and I've just eased into other stuff. What did you do? Which is really useful. I'm glad it works.
Take care, Cheshire.
I kind of love that iron expression too. I wonder if I can bring out a model. Let's see if we can grab it. Funky town.
I'm still gonna get copyrighted for this. It's fine.
Funky town.
Okay. I think I might have to like remove the mass of the sword.
No. The mass. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, I cannot remove the mass of the sword. This crab's not gonna be able to stand up with it.
No time to talk.
I think it's just gonna fall on its face.
Stay alive, stay alive. Stay
Oh no, there it goes.
alive.
Oh no, it dropped it.
It doesn't quite have it.
Kinda does.
It doesn't quite have it.
No, it doesn't.
You staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive.
I need to remove the sword to it from it, I think.
We should probably stop the music now, or we'll get copyright struck. Mashbacky says, you know, now that I think about it, I think there was some rumours back in the day that Blackbeard was a crab. I think actually a surprising number of pirates were actually crabs, but they were just mistaken for human. I think it's something like weirdly high, like 16% of pirates are crabs in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard to even tell how many were, like, nowadays, but people have looked back in history, and through testing and stuff, and DNA testing from various mummified corpses and stuff, so found at the bottom of the sea preserved by seawater, they think 16% at least were crabs. It makes you see Pirates of the Caribbean in a whole new light.
Yeah, a new film.
You know, just imagine 60% of that cast. Like, if it was historically accurate, they would have been crabs.
Where did that crab go?
Which crab? Ah.
Oh. I think I've broken it.
Trying to bring him a little bit on model while maintaining the expression if possible. Because I really like the expression.
I think crab pirates are probably the most, like...
Most deadly pirates.
Most deadly, yeah.
Yeah, because they have the least empathy for humans.
And you can't really tell their motivations. You tell them what they want to believe.
It's very hard to reason with a crab. I don't know if you've ever tried it. How it does you tell them what they want to believe. Alana says I heard he had a very bubbly personality, which is a great pun. The hats and the beards really hid their faces, that's where the confusion started. That's true, yeah.
Of course.
If so many pirates didn't have beards and faces to hide crabs behind.
There we go.
But Lando, you're an awesome artist. Don't make me come over there.
Sword one. There we go. I think that's better. I was trying to add in with all of the like bells and whistles for the knife, but I think we just need a simple knife.
I want a crab anime.
Yeah, definitely gonna get killed for that one.
Yeah.
We open close tab. Back.
No milk today, my love has gone away. Thank you for letting me have a crab party, mate. That was fun.
You're very welcome. Hey, Space Dad. Cheers.
Good morning, Space Dad. and thank you for sending it via DM. Oh, we're super duper busy this week until Friday, but after Friday we'll be slightly more available for people. So I'm sorry if we're a bit slow replying to stuff.
Yeah.
We have a big deadline on Friday, so it's been work towards it.
Okay, I think. Oh wait. I see what's wrong.
And one of the things I decided to do this time was to give Aaron a defined beard, so that when Mike comes to colour it, he doesn't have to guess where the edge of the beard is anymore. You're welcome, Mike.
Thank you. I remember the hell it was colouring your animated grunt.
Yeah. Trying to decide exactly where the beard ended.
Well, in animated grump, it wasn't like a solid line. I tried to mirror the bottom kind of cloudy, bubbly shape, so it was like bubbly hair. So yeah, it was just a lot of individual brush strokes. It worked out in the end. It took me a while though. I think it was probably the most time-consuming part of the animation.
Yeah, because it was very hard not to make it boil.
Yeah.
It did a great job though. So the expression's kind of preserved.
Not what I wanted. Let's not pick up a ball.
I want the world. I want the whole world. I want to lock it all up in your bucket and I don't want to share it. Oh yeah, I didn't hear from people what they're up to today. I don't have anything exciting on.
Okay, that works. So what makes that one work? I'm playing volleyball.
Oh, awesome. Harness working on its Kirby reanimated 1 second shot, due by the 27th. Good luck. 1 second isn't too bad. How's it going? Also, Hardik, I saw the acting test that you put up on Twitter.
That was looking really cool.
It was great. You should be super, super proud. Especially the first shot where he's sat down and he's about to get up. I really love the way that all the body, it all followed through with the motion there. All the limbs and everything felt very connected. It all felt like really nice and cohesive the way you were moving it.
Yeah.
Everything was attached to everything else in a really convincing way. And I think the emotion definitely came through in the way that you were moving them.
One second shot.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to do 1 second, no problem. Yeah, Rolando, has discovered the power of stickers. I guess Q stuff sells a lot. And fan art. So things which people would be into right now. Probably Voltron.
Yeah, probably.
Probably stuff like Owl House and Amphibiland.
Is Amphibiland out yet?
Not
or
yet.
Amphibia or whatever.
But the character designs are up and people seem to be into it.
Oh, that's cool.
Gravity Falls. So, all stuff which is renewed for new seasons or is coming out just now are good bets. Steven Universe always sells. I mean, speaking as someone who hasn't made fan art before or sold it, but I've seen what other people have made. Pokemon stuff is always popular.
Mm-hmm.
The Kirby stickers. Oh, that'd be adorable. Hardick was drawing sad and crying people. Oh, you're very good at it, Hardick, so that's good. Yeah, My Hero Academia is pretty popular. That's true.
Oh, I can't. I can't rotate.
A good shout also is to get stickers. If you can get cheap stickers with like your logo on them or your name, then you can use those to seal the bags and stuff that you're putting your prints in for people.
That's true, yeah.
I always like it when people seal a bag with like a personalised sticker. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, it gives that nice little touch to like, oh, where did I get this from? Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the contact details are right there and everything. Cute animals always do well.
Those bastards, they sell everything. It's a joke.
It's a good job that they don't run a company. All the cute animals haven't got together because we would have no money.
So that's a plotline for a famous film.
Oh no. I didn't say it would be a good film. Oh, Fortnite skins. Overwatch, that's still popular. Wow, the world released your oyster. Orlando has a cutting machine and sticker paper, so he can literally make his own stickers. Sonic the Hedgehog, I will buy. Always. If you're aiming your products at me, simply make them Sonic related. And I can't resist. I mean, what might be good right now is like Smash stickers, Super Smash Brothers stickers. Of all the characters, especially the new ones, like Zelda and Daisy. Because people seem super into those.
So yeah, Smash recently got released. Not released,
Announced.
Announced at E3. E3 stuff's probably going to be good. Let's see. Okay.
see what his next pose is. So I might have to shorten his arms, you know? Yeah, because he totally like raises both of these up into the air. Drawing eyes first, not always the best way to go. One of the good things, and also one of the things that I should probably use less about Toon Boom is that it allows you to adjust things very easily.
Yeah, you find that it might be a bit of a
crutch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worry sometimes, but I rely on the fact that I can just adjust my lines too much.
I wonder why I chose to do these as smart objects. That would be why. SpaceEd says, it's interesting that you're using Harmony rather than Storyboard Pro to do storyboards.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It is. And I wish I could tell you why. Give you a good reason as to why I decided to use this. I'm really not sure why I decided to use this. On the day when I started storyboarding, I just really didn't feel like going into Storyboard Pro. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that a lot of the work I've been doing recently is in Storyboard Pro.
Right.
So maybe this feels different.
Maybe you just wanted to animate, so you were like, I'll open the animation program. Oh wait, I need to storyboard this.
Maybe it just made it feel less like work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To just use frames instead. Storyboard Pro is definitely better for doing storyboards in, 100%. But I think because I've been working in it for all the client work, and because I did the Strumlot storyboard in it, which was the last thing I was working on.
Right, yeah.
I'm just like, it feels like I'm having a change of pace or location simply because I'm using a different program.
Yeah.
Like when you go to a coffee shop to draw, rather than stay inside.
So I think what I'm going to try and do is make this field less soft-edged and try and give it a bit of bite to it.
The crab.
No, the sword slash effect.
Why are you working on the sword? There's a perfectly good crab right there.
Well, the crab will be able to use the same effect.
That's true, since the crab will be able to use a sword.
Yes.
Hey Tibbs, welcome back!
Hey Tibbs.
I think one thing which would be cool to see is a sticker, Orlando, which I would like to do with My Hero Academia, is a sticker which is like class of whatever year the class is meant to be from. Class of, like, for example, 2018.
Mm-hmm. Of my, like, the class 1A.
Yeah. Of the class in the school, which I forgot the name of. What's it called?
Hero Academia.
It's a school called Hero Academia.
I think so.
Yeah. Then, yeah, it'd be cool to be like graduating class of
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Like the coolest thing to have that on would be a jacket, but stickers would be cool too.
So it'd be like
implying that you had graduated from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a similar, not a similar pin, but I saw a pin that was like all my best work is under NDA.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So it's like, I'm gonna get back to this back a flip animation.
Baka.
Oh, it's clever. Here we go. You can do it, Tibbs.
India continues to draw faces way too big.
I wonder if I could imply the. I've taken to just drawing with the pencil tool for that hard edged feel.
So long as you like it.
Yeah. I started doing it on the textures as well to give them a bit of, as I just called it, bite.
I wish I had Beat Saber. We were saying the other day that we wish we had some VR games just so that we could like
move
around, almost do workouts and do lots on Steam by playing them.
Yeah.
The thing I would most love to have in this kind of apartment complex place where we are at the minute is I'd love it if there was some kind of arcade downstairs where they have, you know, drum machines and kind of games, action rhythm games that you get, rhythm action games that you get in Japan.
Yeah.
So that I could literally like be like, I'm gonna go downstairs for 40 minutes and just hit some drums. Blow some steam.
You want your own personal apartment Akihabara.
I do, yeah. That'd be great though, seriously. If I could just be like, I'm gonna go and play some rhythm action games for 40 minutes just to like decompress a little bit.
Yeah. I would support that venture. I mean, there's Token, but it's so far away.
Yeah, for Token I'd have to get a half an hour tram into the city centre, and then it's very expensive and there are no rhythm action games.
Tibbs
only
just
DDR machines.
watches a Beat Saber video and acts it out. It's basically the same as playing it. That's kind of genius.
I wouldn't know if I was getting it right or not.
Doig Swift, get Splatoon 2 and let's play. Hey, if we could, we don't have a Switch.
Yeah, that's problem one. No Switch.
If we had a Switch, I would have played Breath of the Wild by now.
That's very true, yeah. That would have been the first thing. This is a bad expressionless drawing.
Is it meant to be?
No. They're all meant to be good expressive drawings.
Oh. Sorry, A6N2. We're not an affiliate, so no cheers here.
Sorry, but thank you for cheering us.
Thank you, yeah. We just got those lame donations.
It's getting a little bit better now. It's starting to have a bit more expression. Starting to feel a bit more alive.
Declan told me he recently made affiliate, or like he qualifies for it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Declan is the person that we live with at the minute, and he's an awesome comic book artist. So if you're looking for good Twitch channels to follow, check out Declan Shelby.
Yeah. Let me type
He does traditional commissions live for people. He's currently, I think he just finished drawing The Punisher. He's pretty good. You know, like he's worked with a lot of really cool people. Did he write Injection? No, that was Warren Ellis.
Yeah, Warren Ellis drew Injection. He was the artist on it.
But Declan drew Injection, which has done really, really well.
He recently did a 2-in-1 Marvel thing, I think featuring The Thing and Doctor Doom. I think that came out this week.
Oh, that's awesome. It must be cool to have things being released like every week and such.
Yeah. Has a fan made an Undertale VR game yet where the dodge stuff, where you dodge stuff as the heart eye on yourself? Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
I don't think so.
I think I messed this up.
That's feeling a little bit better. I can roll with this until I can fix it. Probably it just needs flipping and me to be like, oh god, is that what my drawing looks like?
Yeah, get a reread on it.
Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Oh god. Always shows you every error. Okay, let's figure out what we want to do to make this work better. It's not meant to be quite as 3/4 as that. Have you tried flipping your Buffy?
No. Well, I did, yeah, and then I quickly flipped it back.
You were just like, no, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, yeah. That's why she's always on the, always facing that way, regardless of where the Buffy cam thing says. Can't tell. I'm gonna add a neutral gray behind what I'm doing.
Let's just do that. That makes it easier.
And then I'm just going to rasterize. Actually, I'm going to copy this group. And then rasterize that. So I can work quicker. Orlando, I've seen the first 2 or 3 episodes of Made in Abyss, and it got to the intriguing part, and then I don't remember why we
I think we
stopped watching it. But
too much of the stuff. People kept saying you should watch this, you should watch this, you should watch something else.
yeah,
And we got a massive pile of stuff. So I think we stopped watching that to watch Violet Evergarden and My Hero Academia. There was something else we recently watched. I can't remember what it was. Oh, no.
It looked super though.
I'm blanking. It was cool though. Like I really enjoyed it so far, so probably we'll pick it back up. Because yeah, we didn't stop because we didn't like it.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to it.
I need a hard-edged eraser. That's not an eraser.
Okay, it feels a little bit better now. I like the way that I've drawn it in the model sheet, which I haven't been looking at as much as I should have. I've given him like a bigger bow tie middle. It feels a bit chunkier, which I like. So I should change that to reflect it.
Okay, we'll definitely pick it back up again. I think we're up to date with My Hero. So.
Everyone says, ditch My Hero for Made in Abyss. Yeah, Loli in Abyss. Loli or Lolly, sorry I say Loli sometimes, because Lolita. But I've heard that Made in Abyss, the manga, has some weirdly like sexual child stuff.
Oh.
Like it's more just the way the artist draws the characters sometimes, and they're meant to be like 6 or something.
Right, okay.
Well,
Gotcha.
they're not quite meant to be 16, they're meant to be 12 or something, but
It's still a bit kind of like...
yeah, the way they draw the characters sometimes is a bit like, oh, okay, I feel weird about this. But that's only in the manga, so you can just not look at the manga.
Okay.
So I've been told.
If I put a sort of serrated edge, then it might look like a cutlass.
Inja needs to learn how to draw shirt folds so I can do a convincing job. Something I'd really like to be able to do better. Tib said, adults in Made in Abyss are not nice people. Stay away from anyone over 12.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was fairly shocked when I was watching the anime and there's like scenes of the kids being whipped and stuff, and I was like, oh jeez.
Really? Whoa.
You watched it too?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember that part.
It's just like a montage. It's like talking about how she grew up and
okay.
how they like punish them really harshly.
Gotcha.
And it shows them being like whipped as punishment. It's like, geez, that's awful. Like, these people are really cruel. And then she's so chipper and happy, and you're like, how are you this way?
She needs to be.
Strong kid.
Okay, let's see how this feels. It's beautiful and amazing, but also really difficult to recommend to anyone. When you realize what the manga does that the anime cuts back on, you realize the story's entire premise centers around an exploitation of images of fetishized violence against children. Gotcha. Let's see how this is looking now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say without having watched it and knowing how it feels. You could say the author is juxtaposing the images of innocent children with the violence to make the violence like seem more extreme, but I have no clue if that's the way it reads.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it. Like, it could just feel gratuitous and unneeded. Because I'm not against things being uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Like, if they're uncomfortable to watch for a good reason.
Like, sometimes people use extreme cases to demonstrate that they're extreme, rather than to indulge in it. But it's a fine line.
Yeah, yeah. So is the anime also very much like that? Or is it just the manga that is like that? It sounds like the anime at least is cut back, like you're saying, on that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I probably wouldn't watch it otherwise. That ain't how I get my kicks. I get my kicks from kicking children.
Is that how you get your kicks in?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we'll watch it and then we can all have a good discussion about it.
Yeah, that's true. No better way for us to know than just to have a look. The anime does a good job, but it's still hard to watch in a good way. That's cool. That's what I want, something that's difficult to look at, but because of the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because of story and tension and stakes. And because you care about the characters rather than because it makes you feel uncomfortable in a way that you are viewing the kids.
I shouldn't have planned this out.
I'm on to animation, which I'm happy about.
Oh, you're animating now. Sweet. I had not clicked.
You had not clicked. I've been animating on it for the past week.
Oh, cool.
Guess it shows how much attention you pay to me.
Yep. None. Pretty much.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I am abused. I'm not given the attention I deserve. Taken for granted in this relationship.
What?
Not given the reverence I should be.
Yeah, you are. You're amazing.
Put on a pedestal and fed grapes.
That's not gonna happen. I wish there was a way for me to...
Grapes are expensive, yeah.
Maybe this would be better done in pixel edit.
Maybe the problem is just that I need to shrink the entire thing down.
You know what? I'm gonna stop guessing. I'm gonna actually
Like so.
make an animated version of this. What is it with lavishly produced fantasy anime having underage fetishization? Like, Maja's Bride is a child bride series about a child bride. Japan, that's your answer.
Yeah, a child bride series about a child bride. We watched an episode of that.
It was strange.
Everyone was very uncomfortable. We went to a friend's house and she has anime nights, and during them we sometimes try to watch some of the anime we really like and some anime we think is going to be really bad, just to try it out and have a laugh. And we watched an episode of Ancient Magus Bride, and it is like a really weird bad premise where the character's just like, oh gosh, I can't even. Just accepting this thing that's happening, and it's like the worst thing that could happen. Tim says, Ancient Magus Bride is like, I bought you in that auction so that worse people wouldn't. You'll be my assistant and are free, but I also will make you my bride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emma says Tibbs has a theory on why children and young teens are often depicted in anime. I'd be interested to hear. Hardick, I was confused about that in Violet Evergarden. Is Violet actually 14? Because I'm pretty sure that's what they said, but Mike kept telling me that she wasn't, and that I'd misheard it.
No. My point was Violet thinks she's 14, but like she doesn't look 14, so perhaps her age has been like, if you didn't know where you were born or anything like that, and your date of birth was obscured, how would you know what your age was? But I think she is just meant to be 14. But if you
That's
look
what I'm asking, is like, is she meant to be 14? Because you were saying that you thought she was meant to be 17 or something, she just thought she was 14. But I'm pretty sure she's meant to be 14.
Okay. She probably is meant to be 14.
Which is really weirdly young for her design.
Yeah.
Her design looks like she could easily be 20-something in her early 20s. More likely, I thought she was meant to be like 17 or 18. But 14? Really? Because in that case, everyone in that series looks 14. Yeah, just find human trafficking is like, it's very hard to justify an entire thing with one edge case. Like, if it's justified in one case, it doesn't mean it's justified in all cases. And with human trafficking, I think it definitely isn't. Gate. What's Gate?
Steins Gate, probably.
Gate is one of them. Gate is awful.
Oh,
Gate
no,
is
no.
horrid.
Steins Gate, probably not that one then.
No, because I've heard Steins Gate is amazing.
Yeah.
And one says Gate had an amazing premise, but then it defaulted to Hiram Cloud. What the heck is Gate? I haven't heard of this. Everyone's now screaming, Steins Gate is good! Steins Gate is amazing! Okay, not Steins Gate.
I guess
Gotcha.
that's another one we need to watch.
Yes, that is actually. That's one on the list. The list.
There must be I keep thinking there must be an easier way for me to do this.
Might be. Probably is. To be fair. That hand's very strange.
Do you know what?
Very strange.
There is 512, 512. I'm just gonna do this in I'm gonna do this in Asprite. Asprite? Asprite. Asprite, that's what it's called.
Asprite. It's in 50 Shades basically a sex abuse film too. So they seem to love the idea of being owned. Yeah, like people have different fetishes for different things. I guess it's just a film that explores one fetish. I do believe some gentlemen enjoy being owned also, as demonstrated in Yakuza 0, which has a really funny scene with the dominatrix.
Does it?
Yeah, where she's asking for advice on how to be better because she's really shy. So she can't give her clients what they want. Oh wow. Gate was supposed to be like, imagine Age of Empires with fantasy versus modern warfare.
Ooh,
That's really cool. Instead it turned out to be a look at the Japanese military. Instead it turned out to be look at the Japanese military have power boners, they'll be killing everything, while all the girls fall over the main guy's kindness. That sounds awful. I get so frustrated with girls just falling over the main guys.
Yeah, India kind of keeps my me in check, because I'm like, oh, there's this cool thing that happened then, and she's just like guesses what happened, and then this, and this. I'm like, oh,
I'm really sorry.
it's okay.
I feel bad for it though, because Mike will tell me about something that he's enjoying, and I won't be able to turn that part of my brain off where it's like super skeptical about the way that women are portrayed. So I'll ask him questions about it, and my opinion will end up making him like the thing that he liked less, and it sucks. Like, I should learn just to keep my mouth shut and just let you enjoy what you enjoy, even if like it's got a few things with it that I think.
No, I think it's important.
Yeah, but like, I also just want you to be able to enjoy stuff sometimes. You know, that'd be pretty cool.
I still enjoy it. I just realised that it has that edge to it.
Space said I didn't see any post about Evangelion.
If you went over 200 characters, you would have been stopped.
Ah. Yeah, you can still enjoy problematic things. No problems is good. Makes me feel a little bit better. I do hope that you still enjoy the stuff. I'm sorry. Like, it must be annoying to every time you come to me being like, oh, I watched this really cool thing, for me to be like, but this, and did this, and that sounds like this.
Yeah, it varies. Depends on how invested I am in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna animate this in Sprite now, and then hopefully I can make a texture sheet out of it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Import sprite sheet, export sprite sheet. Cool. This is how we'll do it. None of that manual crap.
Hey, it's very sad. I wonder whether there's a word in it that YouTube doesn't like or something. So it's censoring the post. Like, if it's not over 200 characters, that's the only thing I could think. I don't know if YouTube does that, but maybe.
Maybe. We don't have any filters on specifically, but maybe YouTube is. If it's something child porn related, they might just be like, I think not.
Evangelion is cool. I love Evangelion. However, I will be the first to say that that series, there's lots of effed up stuff in that series.
Yeah. Okay, so let's be over here, and then
So yeah, Evangelion, the child soldiers in anime is very fucked up and you should feel bad for deconstruction back in the 90s. Emma says it's not that simple. Children are depicted in such ways because they are pure, but also because you're at war with your own existence when you're young. That's true. I'm assuming if you typed fuck or similar, it probably was just like, oh no! And then decided not to post it.
I shouldn't. I think people have sworn. Actually, I don't know.
I mean, Evangelion has its own problems with the way that it depicts, like, gender, and the fact that its kids is very effed up. But also, I really like the fact that it acknowledges that, and the kids kind of act in a believable way, which I really like.
Well, the kids get fucked up.
Yeah, they have problems from what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, what you're saying, Space, about it deconstructing why child soldiers is effed up. But I love all the different reactions to it. Like, one kid wants to really prove themselves and be good at it.
Yeah.
But ends up completely breaking down. Like, the other kid doesn't want to do it, but feels completely pushed into it. Because they're the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
And all the while, like, there's all these horrible, confusing feelings about, like, the people that they are physically attracted to.
Just kind of messing with their head as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these people who they're attracted to who are people in authority or people they're living with, people who they don't actually like, or who are cruel to them. People who are kind to them and they don't know why they're kind to them.
I think a lot of Shinji's exploration is trying to find his own self-worth outside of his ability to defend, like, pilot the robot.
Yeah, I love how complex all the characters in there are, though. Like, it doesn't simplify things as much as others tend to. People people make mistakes in that show all the time because they're human.
Yeah.
And they just can't keep their feelings out of it. Hey Kuya. Welcome.
Hello.
Tis has a cool perspective on it too. Japan loves to depict kids in shows because that's their escapism. The Japanese workforce is brutal. People look incredibly fond of their time growing up as it's the only time people have free time.
Ah, okay. So they want to watch something that reminds them of that as kind of escapism.
Yeah, in fact, if you guys haven't seen Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on Agretzko, I recommend watching that. He says something very similar in that, which is when the company that made Agretzko and Hello Kitty first started making these mascots and toys that were aimed at kids, but they found an unexpected popularity with the adult audience, more so even than kids, with lots and lots of people wanting to buy the characters and then the mascots and have them on their desks and stuff. And the reason that he said it was thought that was is because the workforce, as Tish was saying, is so brutal in Japan. That having like these cheerful, happy, cute characters is a big morale boost.
Right, okay.
And a form of escapism where people can escape back to a more innocent time and have something they associate with childhood or kids or innocence.
To lighten their spirits.
Yeah, to lighten their spirits and like remind them of that feeling.
That's really interesting. Because we do it as well. You've got your Bulbasaur, Sonic Tails up there in front of you.
Yeah.
That's
they remind me of why I love doing this stuff to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like where that inspiration and that drive came from, was enjoying that stuff so much. Night night, Steiny.
Night, old dude.
Yeah. Ava is a tough time and a strange and interesting thing to watch. I think it got me at exactly the right time when I watched it because I was a teenager, and it was one of the first full series I watched. So I think it got me right in that point where I was feeling these things as well. I mean, obviously I still feel things that go up in Evangelion. I didn't just stop feeling that way because I got slightly older.
Yeah.
I still like struggle with identity and struggle with, obligations and just mental health and such, but it really, it was the right time for me to watch it, I think. And so it's always remained like a firm favourite with me. I can see why people would watch it though and not enjoy it. It almost puts itself forward as being one thing and then turns into another.
Yeah.
Like, it puts itself forward as being like a Monster of the Week fun mecha anime where they're gonna fight and win against these monsters and it's gonna be awesome.
I think from the outside looking in, it's like these child pilots, they're wearing cool suits, the robots look cool, but first few episodes very much turns all that on its head.
Yeah, but then there are some episodes where it's fun.
Yeah.
And they, there's an episode where they have to learn to synchronize dance routine.
That's true. Yeah.
In order to destroy one of the angels.
Yeah.
And that's all very, Monster of the Week and fun. But in the end, the characters' inner turmoils, it's something that they, almost can't overcome. And I wouldn't necessarily say they win at the end, but I'm not going to spoil anything for people.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
No, very much not. We marathoned Eva, and that was quite something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Ava has in terms of ties to Christianity. I think maybe it's just like that feeling, the aspiration to become gods, and the feeling of reverence, more than it is actually a reference to anything in the Bible. There's definitely lots of biblical imagery and names taken from there, but I don't know how much it actually connects to anything in the Bible, or how much it's just like, this is the feeling of people reaching higher than themselves. I wonder if you watched Ava when you were 10. I've heard that Frank's pays a lot of homages to Evangelion.
Are they talking about Franks, or what? Is that what Dara Lifra is?
Darla Leafer? Sorry?
Tiv said the first half of Dara Lifra is all like Mex. Oh, Franks is mentioned above. Gotcha. Franks is the new Ava. Okay.
I heard that Frank's is like it's referencing Ava a lot, because I think a lot of the people who are working on it are like very much fans of it, so it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of that stuff comes through. I watched a little bit of it. I've got to say, I haven't been taken by it so far.
You watched Franks?
Yeah. I keep telling you this. I watched a bit of Frank's. I watched like 4 episodes of it or something.
Okay. And it didn't grab you?
Nah.
Interesting. Since they're comparing it to Eva. This is definitely a way better way of doing these animations. Nice guesswork.
I'm drawing a guitar head. That's not the way a cello looks. Oh dear.
Let's see what happens when I try and oh, let's make a new folder, call it Mutiny.
Some people are really enjoying Going in France, some people aren't taking the Going in France. It's interesting how divisive it is.
Yeah, I need to see it, see what the context of what they're talking about.
I think you will see some of the reasons why I wasn't taken with it. Pretty much off the bat.
What were they?
Well, I'll let you see it and judge for yourself.
Okay. Is it a sexual thing that you're not a fan of?
It's one of them.
Okay.
I mean, on one hand, understand that it's kind of the theme of the show.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can take it out.
Remove the child.
It's just the way that it's done.
Okay. You should watch more Kill the Kill. Is that same reasons? Because Kill the Kill is amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, what's amazing about it?
Characterization,
Characterization, let's dissect that. So tell me one of the really good characters.
The main character is cool.
Okay, so tell me about her.
But I think my
what
favorite
characterization is.
She's gutsy, stubborn. She's willing to meet her problems head on. She's conflicted and.
What's she conflicted about?
Or she becomes conflicted. So you haven't seen up to the point where
I haven't seen any depth of her conflict yet. So far I've seen she's gutsy and stubborn.
Yeah.
And that's been it for like, what, 10 episodes? And
Yeah.
she gets naked. That's the other character trait that we have. So, you know. Is it Mako?
Mako is my favourite character.
Mako's amazing. I love Mako. She's fantastic. Like, Mako is why I watch the show.
Yeah.
Let's just
same.
put it that way. Like,
Yeah.
That's the reason that I've been on board and keeping on board. And the fact that the animation is effing sweet. Sweet AF.
That is also one of the reasons to watch it.
Yeah. Those are the two reasons I've been watching it. But the rest of it hasn't taken me yet. Maybe it's just my taste. Let's see what people have to say about it, because I haven't seen too much, so. Doop-de-doop. So SpaceX says, fortunately, if you want a good, wholesome, fancy world-building series, you can read Delicious in Dungeon.
What?
Delicious in Dungeon. Sounds delicious. Tim says, thing is, India, I understand your problem with it, but looking at the context of that problem, the society they're in, and why that problem exists in the world is really important. So maybe with Darling and the Franks, the things I have a problem with, like, you're meant to have a problem with them.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't got far enough to see
That they're a
that
problem.
the show isn't celebrating it.
Yeah.
You know? Because at the minute it feels kind of like the show's celebrating it, and that's why I have a problem with it.
Okay. Gotcha. I think Kill la Kill is similar.
Yeah. Orlando was talking about how Franks does world building compared to other shows. Delicious in Dungeon is seriously one of the most wholesome mangas I've read in a long last time. The author is a woman and a feminist, which helps a great deal. Delicious in Dungeon, is it about finding delicious things in dungeons?
Because immediately India's on board if it is.
I think Rolando and Tibbs are trying to dissect the reason that Rolando doesn't like Darling and the Franks, because the world building for Orlando isn't working.
Oh, interesting.
Like they're unable to suspend their disbelief.
Gotcha. I don't think I need as many frames as I had before.
Delicious in Dungeon is about cooking meals like the dungeon monsters. Now I like this already. Sounds good. Presuming there is a lot of ass kicking happening while they try and defeat said monsters. Poor monsters.
I like it. It feels like Battleship Brigade, but more fantasy-esque. Because Battleship Brigade feels... It's kind of fantasy-esque, but it's less. I'd like to see it.
Space starts talking my language now. This is stuff which gets me really excited about stories. It's more than merely a gimmick manga. It actually builds a whole ecosystem and societies around the dungeon.
That's cool.
Like, I love that when people don't just have a premise, but they follow through with it. They're like, okay, so what if this? Then this, then this, then this, and then this, right? So this has to be like this.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff makes me geek out.
So let's say there's number of columns. You know what? I should just add the 9 frames. There we go. Even though it's only going to use 5 of them. And then export sprite sheet 512, 512. Wait, no. would I need to have? Oh, I see. I keep writing 3. Please. I keep writing 3 in the box, and it's like, no, you want 9 columns. I'm like, no.
Oh well, Rolando, men can still be feminists. You don't have to be a woman to be a feminist. You can believe in equal rights and represent women well, and be either gender. Which reminds me, I looked up what Elle was saying the other week about intersex gender, where you are born with either a combination of male and female traits. Well, there's no either there. You're born with a combination of male and female traits in varying degrees.
Right.
Super duper interesting. Apparently, like, way more people are born with intersex traits than we're led to believe. Some people, like me, didn't even know it was a thing that existed.
Okay.
Like, it makes complete sense to me that it exists. And I am not surprised to learn it exists at all, but no one had ever told me this was a thing.
Okay, can you explain it to me a bit more?
Okay, so they're born with physical traits that are one or the other or both in varying degrees.
Of both male and female? Okay.
And also in terms of the genetics and internal organs and such, which is still physical, but genetics is in mental state and DNA and everything. Also,
okay, so they're
a combination of both.
Both, right? Okay.
In varying degrees, and it happens much more often than people think, and much more often than people could even say, because the variations go from being, the most extreme cases to being very, very mild. Sometimes it's difficult for people to even know.
So is that like when you have someone that looks a bit more androgynous? That's
could very well
a factor of it.
It might not be, but it might be. Like, there's no black or white answer essentially. But some people you can tell at birth because of the physical properties. Some people you realise when they hit puberty. Some people just realise later in life because they're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, or they have tests done and that shows it. Like, a lot of people might not even know they are, but they are.
Yeah.
The thing is that because society wants to push people into boxes, it's been kind of not pushed under the rug,
right? But
it's not made. People aren't made aware of it as part of their everyday lives, and there was a long time, and it still goes on in some countries right now, where people were forced to have operations to make them one or the other
when they were very young.
Yeah, and whenever it was discovered.
Right, gotcha.
They would be, in air quotes, normalised.
Right, okay.
But that led to a lot of trauma and mental problems as they get older.
Because they believe they're one when they might be the other, or they believe they're the other and then it might be both.
Yeah, or they're just traumatised by the fact that they've had pieces of them removed
without
or changed without their consent.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, very much so.
But it makes a lot of sense that people would be in between. Like, if you have one and you have the other, it makes complete sense that you'd have any combination.
Yeah. Why won't you let me pick 3?
Emlath says, why can't you just be a recognised person without calling yourself a feminist? Yeah, I mean, I completely support people who label themselves as feminists. That's completely fine because I understand the ideals they're fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like there are a few negative connotations attached to that, so I don't like to use it. I just like to treat all genders equally.
I think because feminist, because it starts with fem, it makes it kind of female-dominated topic. I don't know, like, I like the term equalist more than feminist because it's like equalist is both equal, kind of like, it feels more harmonious and balanced to me than...
Yeah. Like, I prefer equalist or equalism as well, because it's not like I'm trying to, and I know this isn't what feminism is, I feel like this is just what some people have, either people who are extreme feminists or people who aren't feminists but want people not to like feminists have made feminists out to be, is people who put females above males, which isn't what I want.
It feels like if it's lined too heavily in one direction, feminism is being like swinging over, like swinging the other way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it's not meant to be. But that's how it's perceived, and then sometimes that's how it's enacted. So.
Yeah, it's difficult. Tiz makes a good point that not owning the term feminist means that you give more power to the people who don't want feminism to be a thing that is supported. But then I almost feel like sometimes the people who are fighting for it do more damage in the fact that they fight in very extreme ways and get very caught up and maybe make some bad decisions. But yeah, basically I think we're all agreeing that treating men and women and anyone in between, any intersex person, as equal is a good human thing to do.
Yeah. File export by rows, number of columns. Why won't you let me write 3? I need it to be a 3x3.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm meaning. It's very sad. Toxic activists, where they're fighting for like completely, like the ideals are there and right and well-meaning. It's just that they do it by hurting others or pushing others down, and it kind of stands against the ideal of the movement in the first place, which is to push people who haven't been seen or aren't recognised up. Tibbs, can you explain what turf is?
1536.
Yeah, exactly. People who separate others rather than uniting others. I'm trying to figure out what I want this expression to be.
It worked, I think. Cool. Okay. File. Save copy as. Oh, I'm gonna have to.
So a TERF is a trans-exclusionary, radicalized feminist. These are the people who think men cannot be feminists, And that trans people are an attack on femininity. What?
Trans people are an attack on femininity.
Oh, okay.
What? How does that work? That is really weird.
I think it is like men, or sorry, trans people who previously are men becoming women is an attack on what it means to be a woman, and it's just
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh my god.
Oh god, don't even. I'm not gonna get angry and I'm not gonna rant. So it's fine. But that is the kind of thing that will make me angry and rant. Yeah, don't give the credit the F, just call them trans exclusionary radicals. Yeah. I think a lot of people, I think everyone is discriminated against for something. Like, obviously some people much more than others. But I think everyone understands that feeling of being excluded from something because of things they can't control. Like, even in the case of being a white male, you know? A straight white male. Like, nowadays it's kind of hard to have an opinion as a straight white male because you're a straight white male.
That's why I form no opinion.
But, like, obviously, I'm sorry because that is way, like, they are much less discriminated against than, say, for example, a trans person. But still, I'm just saying, I think everyone can relate to the feeling of being discriminated against one way or another. Which is why it's so weird to me that people still do it. Because surely everybody knows, like, how horrible it feels. So why do you want to make other people feel that way, huh? You don't like feeling that way. Stop it.
Granny Bash just gonna say, just stop it.
Yeah, and everything is hot water nowadays. And in a way that's good, because I'm glad that we're seeing problems and addressing them. In other ways, I'm sometimes scared that it shuts down the conversations that need to happen because everyone's too scared to speak.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what this looks like in the game. Cool.
Mash vacuums. We've gone from crab pirates to extremely serious matters such as equalism, feminism, discrimination, that kind of stuff. The conversation's always good though.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that these things exist.
What, crab pirates or discrimination?
I meant discrimination. So fast.
Ah, Elle, good morning. Why you sorry you overslept? You were up super duper late.
So were you.
You are 20 minutes late for the political discourse. Oh. Tibbsy's right. Are you one of those crabbists, Space Dad? Who here believes in crab rights? I believe crabs have the right to daggers, Mike.
It has a dagger now, India.
Can it use it though?
No.
I believe crabs should be educated about the use of their daggers. Did you know that 1 in every 10 domestic injuries is a crab dispute?
1 in 10.
course, because crabs aren't educated about how to use their daggers.
Look, he's got a little dagger there. Look, he's got the same thing as I do.
He doesn't know how to use it though. He can't defend himself with it. Well, to be fair, guys, I think we're probably going to call the stream now anyway, because it's nearly 10:30.
Yeah.
We started late today, so we went on a little bit longer than usual.
Plus, there was all that political discourse.
Yeah.
Where we're all educated and everything.
It has been a good conversation as always, though. Good conversation and lots of anime and manga recommendations. That's pretty cool. But thank you guys for hanging out. I should go and get on with some other work.
I think I need to put this tomorrow.
But we will be back tomorrow, where we can talk more about crab rights as an allegory. Okay. Well, we're off. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
It's been really cool.
It's been a nice morning. It always cheers us up to be able to wake up and come and chat to you guys. It's like the best way to wake up ever.
I'm just reading over the chats at the end there.
Well,
Good job, guys. We'll catch you on the next time.
We'll catch you on Discord, Elle.
Remember, kids, if lollies make you feel weird, talk to your friends and family.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to find the button. There we go. Okay, we're good. I may.
The rest
of
of your day.
You were yawning, I think.
I was, I'm sorry. May the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I'm gonna try something. I can't remember whether I finished setting this up, but yeah, it's an end thing. Oh, I forgot to change that graphic. Oh, it's not triggering the thing.
Yeah, that's amazing, Mike. Wow.
It's not triggering the thing.
Amazing. You put a picture up. That's astounding.
No, this.
Well, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. We're gonna go now. Bye.
Refresh this.
Mike.
It's a
no
cool thing.
Mike.
Oh, maybe I have to trigger
Let
it
it die,
elsewhere.
Mike.
Maybe I have to. Okay.
You have to let it go.